Hello again, Omaha. A new report just released from the State Attorney General's office does say the Domestic Abuse Death Review Team does have a new report that they just released. I'm Jacqueline Fernandez. Thanks so much for joining us here again at the Alert Center this afternoon. So we want to head to our website. That's where we do have this story available for you to take a look at, and we do have the details of that report. You can head to firstalert6.com for all of that information. This is our web page. Now, I do have this story popped up for you here. Our awesome digital team has been working on getting this up to date for you. So here is the 2025 DART annual report. So you can go through it at your leisure, but here's the part that I thought was interesting that has some visuals that I wanted to share with you this afternoon. So let me take a look. Here's some statistics for our state. Let me just hide that bottom branch there so you can get a good visual from this 2025 report. So these next pages, so these detail the domestic abuse deaths. You can see the date ranges and the number of deaths that are a part of this, and clearly in different shades of purple you can see the domestic abuse deaths by different regions. The highest region is the Region 6 area, represented by the lightest purple in the center of the map here of Nebraska. These are the different domestic abuse deaths types. So you can see the death types. Homicide is overwhelmingly the largest domestic abuse death type here in the state. We have victim deaths per capita, methods of violence utilized in death incidents, clearly firearms taking the #1 spot there. Age of victim's death, so the victim age is the most likely to be in their 20s, so early 20s, 21, and the perpetrator is most likely to be in their early 20s as well at 23. Here's the victim gender outline for you. So clocking in at female at 57 or 58%, let's say, if we're rounding up here, and then males not trailing far behind. So this is perhaps something that does come as a surprise to us, right? So males trailing behind though at 43% as far as victim gender goes. Perpetrator gender largely male at 87%. So this is something to take note of, and these percentages really kind of give us a clearer idea of what we're dealing with here when we talk about domestic violence and deaths associated with that. Now, this team was established back in 2022. Again, we're taking a look at the Domestic Abuse Death Review Act, and this was finalized as part of this case that the group is taking a look at here. So you have the victims even. We're taking a look at these statistics again from this report. So the overwhelming ethnicity when we're looking at this is white at 63%. Language is English at 84% or 85%. Relationship status, this is kind of a mixed ring here. It does appear, let's see, dating is the relationship status that is most likely involved with these domestic abuse deaths. And then the second is, the second is tied with married and single. So that's interesting to note. Also, immigration status, U.S. citizen at 83%. We go through the victim's level of education, so high school diploma is the highest level there. And of course, the list does go on. We do have this outlined for you again on our website, firstalert6.com. And then this is very cool. We do have, putting this all in context now, if you kind of scroll down right here, we do have how does Nebraska, the big question, right? How does our state rate to the rest of the nation, okay? So the national rate is 22.5, and this is reported from similar data. So we do have this U.S. Department of Justice criminal victimization bulletin for you that you can kind of take a look at, and this kind of outlines certain highlights from this report and details the differences of victimizations and et cetera, the weapons used, the ethnicity, the language used, et cetera. So a very similar group of questions, group of data that's been analyzed for the national rate of domestic abuse deaths as well. So if we head back to our website, I'll just let you know we are switching gears here a bit. This one, we're talking about the report showing the findings on domestic violence deaths in Nebraska since 2022. This is the breaking news that was just released to our newsroom, and we're happy that we have the opportunity to bring you this breaking news live here at the Alert Center. Clearly, for more information and for what we're reporting on today, you can head to firstalert6.com and review our top headlines and our top stories. In the meantime, just want to say thank you so much for joining us here at the Alert Center. Make sure you stay tuned for our first broadcast at 3 o'clock with our Dave Zavolinsky. We'll see you then.